I'll just start you right off into the middle of it. Obviously, you made a post on Friday and it's gone viral. Everyone's talking about it. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I didn't intend for it to go viral. I was trying to protect my teachers. The original post that I responded to, I think, was dangerous and reckless. I think it potentially puts the physical safety of teachers at risk when people online accuse them of things that are, first of all, blatantly false. The original poster alleged that by assigning this award-winning book to these children, that the teachers were grooming them for potential pedophiles. You don't walk around accusing people of grooming children for potential pedophiles. That makes people hate them, and it puts them in actual physical danger. In the comments, they were called a-holes. They were called evil, which is a word we use to describe devils and demons. And then they were actually called demons, which is literally the dehumanization of my teachers. And so my thoughts are, I'm glad it went viral because the poster that posted it, the commenters that grabbed their pitchforks and their torches and came after my high school English teachers in my school district, they were out of line. And apparently nobody else is going to stick up for teachers in this country. Apparently nobody else has the courage to do it. But if I lose my job, I don't care. I will stick up for these people. These two teachers are great people. They're great teachers. They've taught here for a long time. There are a lot of parents defending them online because of the experience their children have had. There's a sickness in our country right now, and it's aimed at schools. And there's this whole fictional narrative about schools that just lives in the fevered imaginations of people who have real problems. I've been an educator for 27 years. I've never seen a drag queen read books to children. I've never seen it. I've never seen a litter box in a bathroom in a public school in Texas. And I've been here for 27 years. I worked in 3 school districts. There's a lot of really false information that people cling to because they want to hate somebody. And they've aimed their hate at my teachers, and they'll have to go through me to get to my teachers. And that's just how it's going to be, at least in this school district, at least until I get fired. And when I get fired, then I'll be a problem for everybody on this issue, because I'm just not going to sit back and let this happen in my school district to my teachers and my kids. We're a community in Abilene ISD. And sometimes somebody's got to step up and defend the family from absolutely baseless, honestly insane attacks. People want to be crazy on Facebook, go be crazy on Facebook. But I also have Facebook.
I know there's a lot of people who are glad that you're defending these teachers, but we've also gotten a couple emails of concerned parents. So I was just going to read one of the quotes that someone had sent me and then have you respond
Hit me
to
with
that. So they were worried about misrepresentation of parents' concerns. They said, no concerned parent who spoke out called teachers demons. This inflammatory language unfairly paints concerned parents as extremists and distracts from the legitimate issue, age-appropriate material being assigned to children without proper context or parental awareness. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's a misdirection. I wasn't responding to a concerned parent that didn't call my teachers demons. I was responding to a poster on Facebook who called my teachers demons in all capital letters. That's who I was responding to, so that's why I talked about it, right? Makes perfect sense. This person didn't want me responding to that attack on my teachers. I don't know why I wouldn't tell the world that even though this person published online for everyone to see that Abilene ISD teachers are demons, that I wouldn't come out and say, no, they're not. Why would I not address that? I'm not changing the topic. I addressed the concern about the book, this award-winning book that is rated for children ages 14 and up. I addressed the parental concern that because it had the S word in it, and also a whole lot of things the original poster highlighted that were completely inoffensive. Every time it said touch, this child had Asperger's syndrome, he had tactile sensitivity, and he talked about touching his grandma and touching his father. He talked about hugging his father and feeling his father's chest hairs through his shirt. The original poster highlighted that as though that were somehow sexual. It was only sexual in the mind of the person who posted this. If you read the passage, it's clearly about a child remembering his dad who died on 9/11. But this person wanted to create a narrative that our teachers are exposing our children to sick, disgusting things. Those posters, a lot of them use the words, this is disgusting. It did have the S word in it. I acknowledge that. And that's why I said maybe it should have been reserved for 17 and 18-year-old students, which we have in our schools, by the way. So I think that parent's concern is way off base. They don't get to tell me I don't get to respond to a Facebook poster that called my teachers demons because it's inconvenient for the narrative they want to build, right? If they've got a concern about a book being inappropriate, we have a challenge process. It's in our board policy, which is on our website. You can challenge any book in our library. We've published all of our books online for parents to see. Go through the process and challenge them. But when you put out a Facebook post that says these people are grooming children for pedophiles, if you think I'm not going to say something, you're dead wrong. I'll say something every single time. And that parent just needs to get used to that.
And then one of the other concerns parents had sent us was there was no communication before a public response. They said that none of the parents were contacted for conversation or clarification, and then they saw your post to social media. What is your response to that?
I think that's extremely rich, because the gentleman that posted his post calling accusing my teachers of grooming children, he didn't call either teacher before he posted on Facebook. What these people want is for us in the school business to have our hands tied while they accuse us of being demons and pedophiles and indoctrinators. They want us to not be able to say, wait a minute, that's not true. But if you post something on Facebook, you don't really get mad that somebody responds on Facebook, because you took it to the court of public opinion. You didn't pick up the phone and call the principal and say, hey, I've got a concern about this book. And let the principal say, well, we actually have a policy. If you've got a concern about a book, we'll give your child an alternate reading. That's our policy, and that's what we do if you pick up the phone. This person didn't pick up the phone. This person went on Facebook. So why am I obligated to not defend us in the public court of opinion when we're attacked in the public court of opinion? This is called a double standard, right? These folks that all got their pitchforks out and came after my teachers, they want a defenseless target. And whether I'm in Abilene ISD or whether I'm in another ISD, my teachers won't be defenseless targets. Nobody else may speak up, and it may be out of line. I may get fired, but I will guarantee you I'll walk out of this career with my head held high at the end.